The Squid Game world is an extreme version of the real world. A world where cunning, strength, adaptation, and teamwork are keys for survival. The following are mistakes and qualities that won't help you survive the Squid Game or thrive in the real world. Number 1. Taking nothing seriously. The players are about to play the first game, red light, green light, where they have to reach the other side without getting caught moving by the giant doll. Everyone is still clueless about the bloody nature of the game. Even after earning an opportunity to win a large amount of money, Dumb and Dumber over here couldn't turn off their clowning for a chance to change their lives. This cost them their life. Maybe if they took things a little bit more seriously, they would have been still alive. Not everything is a joke. Number 2. Celebrating too early. As Seul, the main character, was very close to getting to the other side, he got too excited and lost concentration, ended up tripping over another person and almost getting himself killed if he wasn't saved by Ali. In life, it's key to not lose sight until the goal is done, until the mission is achieved, because you are at your most vulnerable when you think you are winning. Number 3. Falling for the consistency bias. After the first round ends, the players panic. And thanks to one of the rules, they can vote to stay or continue. An argument starts between those who want to stay and those who don't.
미친 거 아니야? 다들 이 짓을 계속 하자는 거야 지금?
해야지 그럼! 나가면 뭐가 달라? 어차피 나가도 생 지옥이야, 이 씨발!
This is the consistency bias. As human beings, we become too invested in our little projects. We keep wasting resources to feed dead missions and relationships instead of simply cutting our losses. The vote ends and a majority chooses to leave. After everyone leaves, a period of time goes by and they get another invitation that almost 93% of them accept. This is a similar mistake since not everyone is motivated by bias. Number 4. Ignoring red flags and signs of extreme danger. Number 5. Not understanding the culture of the environment. This is one of the weaknesses of Ali. Ali is an Indian immigrant in Korea. Although he speaks Korean, he doesn't have a great understanding of the culture, and since the Squid Game competition relies heavily on cultural themed games, he stays over-reliant on others for instruction and understanding. This lack of knowledge, while didn't betray him, the bond created through his over-reliance did in the end. Dependency is the root of slavery. Diverse environments are intellectual and cultural goldmines. Knowing more about languages, more about cultures, opens people's hearts. Showing a lack of understanding in intercultural communication puts you in awkward and dangerous situations, even in real life. Number 6. Being too naive. The ability to form trust is good because it helps you with teamwork, reduces unnecessary stress, and creates meaningful relationships. But too much trust kills. Doubt is interest. Naivete is lacking awareness and a sign of self-absorption. Ali was too naive throughout the game. In a game where the stakes are so high, ignoring signs of upcoming betrayal is a death sentence. Number 7. Not knowing who you are dealing with. When the guards were distributing food, few players managed to skip the line twice and got 2 shares of food, leaving others with none. To rectify the problem, one female player decided to publicly rat out the thieves. This cost her life later on. She became the first target from Mr. Snake over here. Standing up for others is admirable, but it's not always your responsibility to fix everyone's problems, especially that those members are more than capable for standing for themselves. She died because she made the wrong person her enemy. After all, she knew he was very violent, having no problem beating up women. Number 8. Not recognizing the value of teamwork. If it wasn't for the main character convincing the pickpocket chick to join them, she most likely would have been dead or gravely injured once the riot started. Some people refuse to work with others. They see themselves as an island, a lone wolf, They live their life in an us versus them dynamic. Not delegating tasks or working with peers keeps them from unlocking their own potential, from creating their own little empires. One person can't do everything. The sole hand doesn't clap. Forming alliances is one of the cornerstones of survival games. That's why society is a thing. Paranoia or introversion are not valid excuses for isolation. You can lie to others, but you shouldn't lie to yourself. Number 9. Creating too many enemies. Before the tug of war started, knowing that it relied on strength only, Mr. Snake abandoned his alliance with his temporary girlfriend because she is physically weak. He assumed she wouldn't survive past this round, which ended up haunting him later on. Feeling betrayed, she sacrificed herself in the next challenge just to ruin his life. Having a violent attitude is not a good long-term strategy. It creates too many enemies, and since everyone experiences weak moments in their lives, their victim's retaliation is inevitable. Number 10. Being the weakest link. The reason why she was dropped was because she was the weakest of the team. This is why it's paramount to develop your skills and enhance your value in the eyes of yourself and others. Your value in groups is usually dependent on how hard you are to replace. Choose to be indispensable and your survival is guaranteed. Number 11. Overestimating your own value. During the stages, the doctor always knew the nature of the game because he was harvesting the bodies of the dead players for the guards. This helped him advance through the games with more ease. However, he overestimated his value and became too self-important and a lot less patient. The resulting impulsiveness made him attack the guards, which proved to be a fatal mistake. Knowing your place is key in life. Success is a drug. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. And don't forget that proximity to power makes people think they can wield it. Number 12. Being complacent. In the beginning of the series, a police officer suspecting his brother was kidnapped ended up infiltrating the Squid Game organization, disguising himself as one of the guards. After learning that his brother certainly participated in the game, he decided to call for backup. However, he made a grave mistake by placing the handle of the phone in the wrong way, which didn't go unnoticed by the frontman of the game. He was hunted down afterwards. After tasting success and gaining confidence, we become complacent, losing caution, disregarding details, and believing in our own myth. Now, an interesting fact here is that the frontman shoots the gun using his left hand and pours himself a drink using the left hand. Him directing the phone in a way that only a right-handed person would do was a calculated trap on his part. Number 13. Lacking the will to live. A silent player by the name of Ji-young decided to sacrifice herself helping the pickpocket girl win because she didn't have anything to live for. She had no family, no friends, no career, no goals, only childhood trauma. In truth, she might have returned to the game to die. Being the victim of a fanatic, abusive father, her sense of identity was damaged. She chose to give her life up for someone who has a reason to live. After losing her faith in humanity, she gave another the hope she once lost. That was her final victory. Lacking the will to live is one of the main reasons why people don't survive in real life. Number 14. Revealing your cunning or advantage. In the game of steps, the players have to pass through a bridge that is made of 18 glass stepping stones. Each stepping stone has two sides made of normal and tempered glass. Only the tempered one can hold their weight. Only after most players died, this player reveals that he's a glass maker and that he's capable of recognizing the difference between the normal glass and the tempered one. His lack of action caused a lot of people to die, which was his plan, but revealing his cunning left other people having no sympathy for him. It made it easier for Cho to sacrifice him once he lost his utility. Not everything needs to be revealed, especially if it's the wrong timing. Number 15. Being too impulsive. The last spot is reserved for the main character, a compulsive gambler who is constantly getting himself in trouble. The key to most of these mistakes can be tracked back to the lack of impulse control. Despite him winning the Squid Game, he will continue to repeat the same mistakes over and over again, until he learns the proper skills to handle himself. After all, this is why we have a second season. If you watch this video until the end, leave #done. You can watch my other Squid Game video over here, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, or I will send you a Squid Game invitation. Anyway, so stay sharp.